Thank you. This is Jeff Willet, the 2003 Team Universe World Champion of Bodybuilding, and he's one of my best friends. But he got his body in a very unique way. He's totally natural. Doctors and everybody have tried to figure out how he did it, but he did it through sheer will. And that inspired me to make a documentary called I Want to Look Like That Guy. And there is a slogan on the DVD cover that says, "Be careful what you wish for." I put that on after I made the documentary because I'm the subject of the documentary, trying very difficultly how to, look like Jeff Willet. And if you take a look here, this is the inspiration. The idea was we've all seen these ads of these guys that are ripped, and if you take these pills in 6 weeks, you will have rock hard abs. And I thought, if it's that easy, why doesn't everybody look like that? So I set out to prove that this is a lie. And that's how I got started. So this is my medical team. This is Dr. Adam Coughlin, and I'm being fat tested. He's actually pinching me all over the place, and it's very, very painful. I came up with like 29% body fat. I don't look fat, but I had a really poor body muscle ratio. So I decided to make the documentary into two phases. Phase one is where we just kind of keep an eye on what I'm eating, but the thing we needed to do is we needed to change my body into more muscle so that I was burning more calories at a resting rate. And not to really worry too much about it, but we're only going to do that for 18 weeks. But to look like the guy in the fitness ad, we had to do a bodybuilder diet. And so that consisted of 24 weeks of training. And in order to look like those guys in those fitness ads, you actually have to enter a bodybuilding contest, because those guys are usually in a bodybuilding contest just weeks before or after the photograph is taken. This is me at the end of phase one. Just through sheer lifting weights, I changed my body composition to 20.8% body fat, eating whatever I wanted, but I added muscle. And so that said to me, okay, this is interesting. I want to go a little bit further, because at first this is where the documentary was going to stop. However, I didn't look like that guy. So we needed to ramp it up and put some real drama in. So that's why we decided to go to phase two and see what it really takes to look like those guys in those ads and getting into a bodybuilding contest. So Jeff became my coach, and he put me on a system called maximum overload training. And all he did every single time I went to the gym is he would just say, execute, just do the plan. And the plan was really simple. It just sat on a single sheet of paper. It wasn't any crazy weird stuff. It was just using basic nutrition and heavy lifting. And I didn't spend forever in the gym either. What I did is I just ran on the treadmill at the end of each workout for 16 minutes. And the reason why you do it for 16 minutes is that longer than that, you start to eat away the muscle and you start to look like a marathon runner. And we wanted to keep the muscle. Of course, Jeff was just saying, execute, execute. I got down to 58 pounds, 158 pounds 2 weeks before the competition, and I only had 11 pounds of fat on my body by doing this method, and that included my brain. And so I was really excited, but I still didn't quite look like the guy in fitness ads. This is a week out, and I'd say, yeah, I accomplished it. But there's another thing that needed to happen. I needed to have the bright lights. I needed to be tanned, and I needed to have oil all over me. So contest day, I actually achieved the goal. But this is the fat that I lost in 6 months of just doing this plan, and let me tell you, it's the hardest 6 months I have ever had in my entire life. At the end of the 6 months, at the last month, I was only eating 1,300 calories, so I could look like this on the day of the show. Now, thank you. Hang on, I only got 20 seconds. I'm just a filmmaker here, but I got second place in the Mr. Michigan. So. Yay, me. Look what I can do. So, but the documentary got some really good press. We were invited to the Arnold Schwarzenegger Sports Film Festival, the very first one. Got to meet Arnold, and here I am on the red carpet, all the stars and everything. It was really cool. And we were the most popular film there. and people started to write about it. We had people from bodybuilding.com, we had the Philadelphia Inquirer wrote about us, and I still hold the record to this day. FHM magazine, 12 million readers, they made an 8-page article about this movie. So the film was taking off, our DVDs went through the roof, we sold 32,000 DVDs, and then we sold nothing because the pirates came. This is page 8 of a Google search. Do it yourself. Look up, I want to look like that guy. We are the most pirated video on the internet. I've made nothing off of this movie. And it's been pirated about 7 million downloads to date. So I had to go back to work. I never worked for anybody before, so I went back to college. I actually joined a fraternity, did it old school style. Went to work for the CW, did some bike riding, and then I got back into magic again because I needed to make some money. And funny, interesting thing about that, maybe that'll be another Pecha Kucha. But so this is what 4 years of trying to find out what you do for a living. And I had 3 jobs, moved 4 times, and that's all beer and sandwiches and whatever I wanted to eat. That's stress eating. So I'm making a documentary right now called I Want to Look Like That Guy, the sequel, so I can kind of look like that again. Look it up online. We're filming it right now. We're releasing it 1 week at a time in real time. So there you go. Enjoy.